As part of the global Voices for Peace campaign, the Ahmadiyya Muslim Community USA held a special event in Washington, D.C.
On behalf of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, I'm honored to welcome you today to the official launch of Ahmadiyya Muslim Community USA's Voices for Peace campaign. The goal of this international campaign is to give a platform to the voices calling for an end to the death, destruction, and violence coming from the conflict in Gaza, and to establish a foundation for lasting peace.
More than 125 people, including staff members from various U.S. congressional offices, participated in the timely hour-long discussion at the historic Rayburn Building on Capitol Hill, which featured speakers that included House Representative Jim McGovern, Dr. Craig Considine of Rice University, and Azhar Hanif Sahib, Naib Amir and missionary in charge of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community in the United States.
I would like us to draw our thoughts toward the wellspring of the Holy Quran. It says, first and foremost, to come, O people of the book, to a word that is equal between us and you. At this time, what is equal between us and our fellow believers who are Christian or Jewish of faith? And I believe that is this overarching desire and determination that there should be peace in this world, and there should be an absence of inhumanity toward any and all people. All Christians, all Jews, all Muslims, and all people, believers, or having no belief as they may desire.
We have to get a lot more serious about what nonviolence can look like. But let me also say that peace is not merely the absence of violence. It's the first step. But a genuine peace is something that is much deeper. It goes to a social, it goes to a spiritual level, where you can see eye to eye with your peers. You can understand your peers. You can agree to disagree with your peers. That's a genuine peace.
Representative McGovern, who serves as the co-chair of the Tom Lantos Human Rights Commission in U.S. Congress, joined academics and faith leaders at the event on Monday to discuss how to de-escalate the conflict in Israel and Palestine.
And I think it's particularly important that you are all here at this moment, because the world needs some humanity right now. We can't forget our humanity. And I've met with many of you in this room on many subjects over the years. And I believe that we all share the same values, that is that violence is wrong. But I also believe that that we should have a ceasefire at this moment, because I think that we saw during cessation of hostilities actually positive things were happening. And I believe it is important that we comply with international humanitarian law for moral reasons, to save the lives of children, of vulnerable people, and because the path the war is on will only make it more and more impossible to reach a political solution that can lead to peace. You know, kids deserve to grow old. And so we need to redouble our efforts, and I just appreciate the opportunity to be here. And I thank you very much for all that you do for good in the world. Thank you.
The highlight of the afternoon was a video featuring the message of Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad, may Allah be his helper, head of the worldwide Ahmadiyya Muslim community.
हमास और इसराइल की जंग और इसके नतीजे में मासूम फ़लस्तीनी औरतों और बच्चों की शहादतें बढ़ती जा रही हैं। जंग के हालात जिस तेज़ी से शिद्दत अख्तियार कर रहे हैं और इसराइल की हुकूमत और बड़ी ताकतें जिस पॉलिसी पर अमल करती नज़र आ रही हैं, इससे तो आलमी जंग अब सामने खड़ी नज़र आ रही है। जब तक कोई जुर्रत से जंग बंदी की कोशिश नहीं करता, वो बहरहाल दुनिया को तबाही की तरफ ले जाने का ज़िम्मेदार है। बस अपने माहौल में दुआओं के साथ इस बात को फैलाने की कोशिश करें कि जुल्म को रोको। अगर किसी अहमदी किसी से ताल्लुकात हैं तो उसे समझाएं। यही ज़रूरत है, यही अल्लाह ताला के हुक्म पर अमल करने का मयार है।
Attendees also heard a recorded message from Karim Khan, the chief prosecutor of the International Criminal Court.
This is a perilous moment that the world is facing. Around the world, we see human suffering. We see an absence of peace and a burgeoning amount of conflict, heartbreak, and devastation. The ICC is actively investigating situations around the world, including the Palestine situation. We also have jurisdiction, I've stated quite publicly, in relation to the events of the 7th of October in Israel, if they're committed by the nationals of state parties, Palestinians or any other state party for that matter. So this is a time for action. It's not a time for hot air. It's a time for people to feel the shelter of the law. And in that quest, it is my prayer that voices of peace prevail, and the old adage that there could be no peace without justice is rendered vivid and actionable.
Hopefully this is the start of a national movement, of a global movement, talking about peace. Let's talk about peace. Let's talk about nonviolence. This is a good start.
World leaders have been making policies which we see are affecting not only the Middle East, but a potential for escalating a war beyond the Middle East, even back into our own nation. And that's what Azur talked about. And therefore he encouraged us to go forward and to speak to the nation's leaders, including U.S., and give them this message that now is the time they need to understand how they can create peace in Palestine, resolve this issue in the war, in the humanitarian crisis, and prevent what is the greater worry is a World War III breaking out by these policies that are leading toward that right now.
So with today's event, what we're really trying to accomplish was the ability to bring together diverse voices from different backgrounds, and especially from the congressional area, from the political leadership, in the academic area, having scholars come, as well as religious area from a faith-based value system, to really encapsulate this idea that we all are striving for the same thing, which is peace.
As instructed by the head of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, through such events and most importantly prayers, we will inshallah continue our efforts to bring an end to the injustices being faced in the Middle East and across the world. This is Farah Mirza reporting for MTA International USA Studios.